some of you are mired in situations where you have enough money to take the trips. The money is there, but you cannot walk away from your business long enough to enjoy it. You either can't leave at all, or every time you do leave, all you're thinking about is the problems that could be happening, or you're getting calls from your team, and all of these things are going on that the money hasn't solved for you. The money got you the plane tickets, the money got you access to the resort, but you still don't have a business that affords you the ability to have the thing you want, which is that freedom to leave. Welcome to Your Business is Not Your Boss. I am your host, Geoff Welch, and I help small business owners overcome overwhelm and replace overthinking with intentional action. What is up? Welcome to episode 39 of Your Business is Not Your Boss. I am your host and small business coach, Geoff Welch, and today we are going to talk about something that's going to be very unpopular. Maybe I should just leave it right there. This episode may be the most unpopular / divisive episode yet. I'll just tease it like that, okay? Stick around if you want to know what that's about. But first, I do want to remind you that my anti-overwhelm playbook is ready and waiting for you. Just go to geoffwelch.com/playbook if you're feeling overwhelmed, you feel like there's so much going on that it is hard sometimes to move forward on the priorities that are most important to you and to your business, right? To building a business that works for you. Instead, you feel like the day runs your life. Your business is in charge of you. There is no time to get to the things that you really think are important because there is a constant drumbeat of stuff that is just coming at you. Your employees have questions. This breaks. That's happening. Like, I get it, right? I've been there. I certainly have felt exactly those things and continue to feel those things in many ways. If that is you, or maybe if you just feel stuck, if you feel like because of some of those things, you can't make the progress you want to make, and you're just sort of mired in surviving the day. If that's you in any way, shape, or form, I hope that you will go to geoffwelch.com/playbook and grab this anti-overwhelm playbook. It's a quick read. It's something you can get through probably in 5 to 10 minutes. But applying what you find there, taking some of the steps and the advice there, will fundamentally change your relationship with your business, and that can start today. Okay, so I encourage you to do that. geoffwelch.com/playbook. Now, let's get divisive. Let's get unpopular. So, I could tease this and tee this up and stretch it out further, but I think I probably should just say it. I should just put it out there. This is something that I firmly believe. It is not something that I say just to maybe get an eyebrow raised or have someone want to respond in some way. This is something that I very much believe, and let's see if I can make it make sense for you. Or maybe it's something I don't believe. Well, because it's funny. I said this is something I believe, and then the first words out of my mouth are I don't believe. I don't believe that anyone really wants money. I don't believe that money is the thing people are really after. I think money is a great scoreboard. I think money is something that that makes certain kinds of things easy to talk about. It's easy to compare bank accounts. It's easy to, those things are like for like. And so I think that in some cases, in a competitive environment, money is the language we use all day long. I don't have a problem with money. I'm not mad at money. I don't not have enough money. Would I like more? Sure, I would love to have more money, but maybe not for the reason that most of us have just sort of taken to be the default reason of why people want money, right? I believe people want what money can do for them. Does that distinction make sense? There is a difference between saying, I want money because it's important to me to have money. I want to pile up as much of it as I can because I love to have money. That to me is a little bit like saying, I love hammers. I really want to get as many hammers as I can because I think if I have a few more hammers, I will finally be happy. I have yet to run into anybody who is interested in having as many hammers as they can possibly accumulate. And I think money, like a hammer, is a tool. Money is something that we use to get something else. The idea that it should ever be the destination is really confusing to me. I mean, I understand it because it's the language we speak. And so I do understand why that is a thing that happens, right? We get fixated on money because it's the thing that we talk about most often. So I'm gonna run through a few things and just see if this makes any sense at all. Like, I don't think that you really want to be rich. I think you really want to have access to the best healthcare as you age. I think you really want to maybe be able to demonstrate your success to the people around you. I think you want to take trips and not have to even think about how much they cost, right? You just want to be able to go. I think you want to put your kids through college, to not saddle them with debt, or maybe to be able to do that and not have to mortgage your house so that your kids can go to college. I think you want to not stress about money, right? Maybe you grew up in an environment where there wasn't enough of it, and so you find yourself thinking about it all the time. Maybe you just want to enjoy the finer things in life. You want to be able to have access to things that you haven't had access before. Or maybe you want to retire as early as possible. Not everyone wants their business wants to do their business forever. Some of you do your business because you love every part of it, right? You love the thing you get to do every day, and the business may be not the most fun part, right? You love what the business is about. But some of you might be in your business because you recognize that it's a good way to earn a living, right? This is a good industry to be in order to collect the resources we need so that we can ... right? Which we're going to talk about here in a second. But you might want or be looking towards this eventuality of saying, once I get enough money, enough's tricky. Once I get enough money, then we can stop doing this and go do this other thing that we really want to do. So I think people get really tangled up in the idea that money can bring us happiness. And instead of saying money brings us happiness, or it buys happiness, it allows us to get things that make us happy, or do things that make us happy, or live in ways that make us happy, we forget that part and we just say money makes us happy, right? We distill it down to the essence. And instead of saying a hammer or a nail gun or a whatever tool you want to talk about allows me to do this thing, I love that I can build something with my tools, right? That outcome of building something is the thing. You don't just say, I love my tools, but never use them for something, right? They create an outcome. They are not an outcome in and of themselves. I mean, I got tools. I'm right on the other side of that wall is like a workshop. And I love a lot of the tools. Like, they're super cool. They're fun to use. And I think they look cool. And like, all of that is wonderful. But if I never use them for anything, then what is the point? If they don't create some other outcome, they're just museum pieces, right? They're just things that, I mean, maybe that's a thing. Buy tools so you can put them on a shelf and you can just look at them every day. That doesn't sound like the goal, though, for most of us. So I think that the money isn't good enough if we don't understand what it's for, or we still can't get what we want even though we have the money, right? I think that in some cases we assume if we get the money, we can do all the things that we want with it. When in reality, some of you are mired in situations where you have enough money to take the trips. The money is there, but you cannot walk away from your business long enough to enjoy it. You either can't leave at all, or every time you do leave, all you're thinking about is the problems that could be happening, or you're getting calls from your team, and all of these things are going on that the money hasn't solved for you. The money got you the plane tickets, the money got you access to the resort, but you still don't have a business that affords you the ability to have the thing you want, which is that freedom to leave, the freedom to walk out the door and be like, I will see you soon. You've all done very well, right? The money isn't good enough if you have to use it to manage the health issues associated with running an incredibly stressful business, right? If your business is sort of crushing your soul and maybe creating health issues for either because of the stress or because of the work you actually have to do, if the money only offsets that, then the money just got you back to square one, right? I patched myself up after all the wounds that were inflicted by operating my business. I don't know if that's the goal either. The money isn't good enough if you can't spend time with the friends you're trying to impress, right? If all the people that you want to know, I want them to know I've been successful. I want them to know that I made it, that I figured it out. If they're all having lunch with each other and, spending time at the spa or whatever, and you're stuck, your business doesn't allow you to get free of that, I don't know that the money is quite enough, if that's your goal, right? If your goal is to demonstrate that you made it. So I think what we really need to get clear about is, what is the money for? I'm not mad at money. I hope you pile up stacks and stacks and stacks of it so that you can have what you want in life, not just so that you can have it. Like, that's the point. Not that money is no fun, not that money is not something that we should have any interest in, but that we should put it in the right box and recognize it as the tool that it is. And instead of focusing on the money, focus with as much clarity as possible on the outcome. Because when you're focused on the money, you will do stupid things with your time, your energy, your integrity in order to get more of it. Especially if you don't know what it's for, then the goal is just more. Because there is no such thing as enough. There just is not. Whatever number you write down on the paper, when you get to it, a little more is going to seem like a good idea. So the more concerned we are with an outcome that is like, I want to be able to take 3 trips a year, it is important for me that my business afford me that freedom. Now we're saying, okay, there's a financial thing that my business needs to contribute. It needs to be able to generate this much, but I also have to be setting it up in a way that allows me to walk out the door. So that means delegation. That means documentation. That means finding the right people. There are all these other things that go into it. So when we shift from a money-only focus to a, here is the experience that I want to have. Here's what I want my business to do for me. And as a result, here's what I want the money it generates to help me do, right? Those are all woven together. The more that we get clear on those outcomes, the more that we are not just focused on piling up stacks of cash for the sake of having it, but we are focused on balancing that against the freedom we need. So there will be times when you say, I'm going to take a little less for me financially so that I can hire someone else to do some of the work I don't want to do. Because once that happens, I'm a little more free. I may not have quite as much money as I could have had, but I have freedom in a different way because I've decided that just more money is not enough. What I also want is to be able to not have to do X, Y, or Z. or I want to make sure that I have a team that is robust enough that if I want to not be here on a Thursday afternoon, or if I want to take a week off in May to ... that I could do those things because I have built the systems necessary to make that possible. Your business should be a machine that gets you more of what you want, whatever that is. I don't really care about that, right? Like, I am not here to give you advice on what you should want. I threw out a few things that I think a lot of people gravitate toward, but I don't really care what you want. Want what you want. I just want to offer that understanding what you want, being honest with yourself about what you want, getting clarity about what that thing is, will help you greatly when it comes to understanding how to spend your time, your energy, your focus, how to move through your days, weeks, months, and years to get closer to the thing you really want, as opposed to just defaulting to, well, businesses generate money. That seems to be the most important goal. Okay, money. That's it. If you want money and you don't know what it's for, that's fine. Go pile it up. Go make lots and lots of money. If you are unsure of why the money doesn't make you happy, I would ask you to just question, what do you want it to do for you? The closer you can get to that, the closer you can get to how do I generate the money without sacrificing the ability to do what I want it to do, you might find yourself enjoying things more. That's it, okay? That's the whole spiel. I don't think money is the point. I think we want something from the money. I think we want it to do something for us. And I think that that's a really good expectation. So if you are feeling overwhelmed at this point in your business, the life of your business, I again encourage you to grab that anti-overwhelm playbook. I think the clarity about what you want from your business is a tremendous gift. And too many small business owners are going around with ideas that someone else has given them. This is what it's for. This is what it should do. This is what you need to be about. And they haven't clarified for themselves, what's it for? So I hope you will download this anti-overwhelm playbook. It's at jeffwelch.com/playbook. And just begin to consider, what do you want from it? What's it for? What's it for to you? So that you can start to shape it that way. It's really, really not as big a challenge as you might think it is. It just takes, one, awareness, and two, the focus to begin moving in that direction, to begin taking action in that direction. Okay? So again, that's jeffwelch.com/playbook. I hope you will grab that today. And before I leave you, I just want to remind you of one thing. Do not forget, your business is not your boss.